I suppose you can do completions anyway. You can see it doing completions here from what I'm doing. And, of course, you can use it for quizzes, all that sort of cool stuff as well, summarising your data. And then what we'll do is later on we'll get into a lot more detail. So some of the things coming up, we'll add your own data. Parameters there, you can actually see the parameters used to be over here. Now they've moved them over here. So we went through some of those parameters before. And, of course, if I wanted to heat up the temperature a bit, we'll make it a lot more random, make it less precise, more precise when we dampen that down as well. So we talked about those already when we went through the slides. So we've got a few other things in preview. I haven't tried this real-time audio. I'd love to see this. So maybe that sort of thing is going to replace some of our AI, our previous AI. And, of course, because Omni was released with audio, that actually could be, let's have a look. It looks like, yeah, there you go, Omni. So it's got that real-time audio option now, which is the latest of the GPT-4s and the Omni itself. So you can see only available in these two regions, which is quite nice because before, you didn't quite know where to put it. So it's giving you a lot more information of where that should be deployed. So have a look at that. Images, of course, we'll look at a little bit later, so what you can do with the images. Once you start to get into naming styles, that's where you start to get a lot more interesting effects. So I use illumination quite a bit because I'm obsessed with calligraphy and illumination and old sort of Renaissance type architecture and things like that. I think you can start to really get some nicer pictures. And at the moment, everything looks like a robot, right? So it's not, it doesn't have that breadth and depth that artists have, but if you can figure out a prompt, you can actually do a lot more with it. All right, so we also talked about fine-tuning and some other things in features, vector stores, for example, and we'll look at content filters a little bit later as well. But right now, I think we're ready for a break. Did anyone have any questions before we go to the break? And welcome back, Turindeep, as well.
Thanks, Jane. I think the question I have is
Yeah.
for the data there. So we'll be doing it later, right? So add your data.
Yes. So definitely we'll go through some examples with that with the lab, definitely.
So
So I
if
think
I
we've
add
got
your data, could we be able to add a data frame?
data content, yeah. So if I come down here, let's have a quick look at how far we are away from that. So to integrate Azure OpenAI with your app, utilize prompt engineering in your app and bring in your own data. So that's that third one there.
Okay.
Yeah. So after the break, we'll do a little bit more content, and then we'll start to look at this first one here, which is to integrate into your app. So it looks to be in your lab too, so exciting times. All right, let's go and have our break. So any other questions? Go and grab our coffee. I've got a bit of a headache today, which isn't good. See if I get rid of that during the break. All right, see you back in 15. Enjoy your break.